يا ابو تراب الطيب يا وطن يا حبايب يا ابو تراب الطيب وحتى
Free, free Palestine!
Free, free Palestine!
Free, free Palestine!
Long live Palestine!
Long live Palestine!
Long live Palestine!
Long live Palestine!
Free, free Palestine!
Free, free Palestine!
Free, free, free Palestine!
Free, free, free Palestine!
Free, free, free Palestine!
Free, free, free Palestine!
Let them hear you in the White House! Free, free Palestine!
Free, free Palestine!
Long live Palestine!
Long live Palestine!
Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
We'll do the DC one?
Yeah.
Okay, we got a good one for y'all.
From DC to Palestine,
DC to Palestine!
we are the red line!
We are the red line!
From DC to Palestine,
DC to Palestine!
we are the red line!
We are the red line!
Biden, Biden, you can't hide!
Biden, Biden, you can't hide!
Gaza is a red line!
Gaza is a red line!
Biden, Biden, you can't hide!
Biden, Biden, you can't hide!
Gaza is a red line!
Gaza is a red line!
So free, free Palestine!
Free, free Palestine!
Free, free, free Palestine!
Free, free Palestine!
Welcome, everyone! We are here today, and thousands more are pouring in as we speak.
Yes.
Coming in from Ohio,
Yes.
from Iowa, from Vermont, from Florida, from New York, and from right here in the DMV.
Yes.
Let's hear it one more time. Free, free Palestine.
Free, free Palestine!
Free, free, free Palestine.
Free, free Palestine!
We are pouring in from all over to bring the People's Red Line to the White House.
Yes.
The red line that they refuse to hold, but we, the people, can. The ruling class, they've shown us that they have no red line.
Yes.
They will bankroll the murder of 40,000 Palestinians. They will provide cover for the wholesale destruction of the entire Gaza Strip. They'll provide the blueprint for the mass displacement of over 1 million Palestinians and then send bombs to rain down on people in their tents of refuge.
Shame!
They've shown that they have no red line. They have funded the massacre of Rafah over the past few weeks, the genocide in Gaza over the past 8 months, and so many other instances of death and plunder, all in the name of empire and bloody profit. But we are here today to honor those martyrs, to honor our 40,000 and counting Palestinian martyrs. We are here to carry the struggle forward.
Yes.
We are here in honor of those martyrs, but also to fight for the living.
That's right.
And the liberation of the living.
That's right! That's right! Come on.
We are here to carry that struggle forward, and we are here to say, Biden, we are your red line!
Give it up for my colleague Lamise from the Palestinian Youth Movement. I am Eugene Puryear from the Answer Coalition. And I'm honored to stand here with you to say that we are the red line, that we will not be silent, that we will continue to stand up, that we will continue to take to the streets, that we will continue to exercise our rights everywhere in this country. We will not allow a genocide to be perpetrated in our name. Because from DC to Palestine, we are the red line.
We are the red line.
And I want to let you know, because I can see it from here on the stage, people are continuing to crowd into the park from every different location. Buses are coming from dozens of places around the country. People are flying. People are driving. It's only going to get larger. We're going to surround the White House. We're going to send a message to Joe Biden. We're going to send a message to Congress. We're going to send a message to all the warmongers from here to Tel Aviv. Lift the siege on Gaza. Release the political prisoners. End the genocide. End the occupation now. Free, free Palestine!
Free, free Palestine!
Long live Palestine!
Long live Palestine!
And before we bring up our first speaker, I also want to let you know that we are not the only people taking to the streets today around the world. In fact, already, as we were gathering, tens, if not hundreds of thousands of people have flooded the streets of London in solidarity with the people of Palestine. In Ghana, in Accra, they are flooding the streets for Palestine. We have to continue to be very loud, to be inspirational, because tomorrow in Sao Paulo in Brazil, they will be flooding the streets in solidarity with Palestine. Free, free Palestine!
Free, free Palestine!
Long live Palestine!
Long live Palestine!
Now, to start us off here today, I want to bring up a representative of one of the cornerstone organizations of this entire movement. Welcome to the stage, Mohammed from the Palestinian Youth Movement. Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! Today I join you with a heavy heart. We all carry heavy hearts. It has become impossible to exist in this reality after witnessing this brutal genocide. 40,000 martyred! 40,000 martyred! 150 just this morning! 15,000 children, my cousins, found in bits and pieces. Each household forced to choose between family members to save and those to leave behind. My family, which resided in the hundreds in Hart al-Zatoun, in Insirat, in Al-Rimal, reduced to mere numbers, displaced across Rafah. My homeland, decimated, our homeland, soaked in the blood of our martyrs every day. And every day it becomes increasingly difficult to find the energy to move forward. I don't say this to dishearten us, but to validate our feelings currently. We are tired. We are exhausted of this genocide. Victory seems like an eternity away, but we have to remember who, through the tears and the pains, who we do this all for. It is not for us. It is for the people in Gaza who exist as our compass, whom have been unwavering to the cause since the first night of the bloody campaign. I remember the first night like it was yesterday. They told me,
We go to sleep knowing we might not wake up in the morning. The sun rises and we hope Gaza is still there. These were the first words uttered to me by my family members on the first night of this genocide. The worst night of their lives as they describe it. No internet, no connection to the outside world, just bombs raining down on them from every angle. And the Gaza they knew, for all they knew, was no longer. For all they knew, they were the sole survivors. But when the morning came and the dust cleared, it became apparent to my family that this time was different. To the people of Gaza, that this time was different. The indiscriminate damage and destruction set by the Zionist regime presented a display of hurt, defeat, and shame. In its tracks of destruction, Israel left a stench of humiliation. For the first time, it seemed to the people of Gaza, the untouchable titan felt shaken. My family and I were drenched in tears of anticipation of what's to come, worried over our family in Gaza underneath the bombs. Yet it was them who came to comfort us, the people of Gaza, still drenched in the blood of the first martyrs. The people of Gaza swore to themselves an oath of sumud. The resilience is a reminder of the enormous pride we should feel as the children of Gaza, the children of Palestine. I wish I was able to show you what Gaza was. Gaza has always represented a glimpse of what a free Palestine could look like. Even as Israel attempted for years to choke out the air from Gaza, our people continue to breathe life. Their existence was resistance, and that is why the hatred of Israel to Gaza runs deep, as it represents their failed colonial project. The people of Gaza, the popular cradle, exist as the mark by where we should always measure ourselves. And for that reason, we cannot allow ourselves to succumb to despair, to succumb to defeatism. I know measuring our gains in the last 8 months can seem marginal, but we have to understand that we merely exist as one front of many. The efforts of the last 8 months have not been for naught. I want you to understand that. We have shut down streets. We have shut down bridges, airports, train stations. Think about it. This has never happened in the history of empire for a very long time. Day in and out, we organize to clog the arteries of imperialism here within the belly of the beast. And yet they continuously say, the old will die and the young will forget. Well, I have a message to the world and to the Biden administration. By being here today, we announce with the utmost pride that the old live on, and we will never, ever forget. ومين قال الشعب مات؟ ومين قال الشعب مات؟ هينا بنهتف بالشتات. هينا بنهتف بالشتات. 8 months of genocide, 8 months of bloodshed, and all week we've heard red lines. Biden said Rafah was a red line. Hundreds more dead, and it is clear to us that the ruling class red lines are as real as Zionist claims over the land of Palestine, as real as the state of Israel. Biden, you're a liar. We demand a ceasefire. Biden, you're a liar. Lies. That's all the ruling class has had to offer to us. Our so-called political representatives represent no one but their own self-interests, the interests of war profiteers and corporate oligarchs, companies like Boeing and Lockheed Martin, which would sacrifice our souls, the souls of the working class, just to maintain economic hegemony. Shame! 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 This is why we must attack imperialism wherever it's at and where it's most vulnerable. At its arteries. You hear me? We gotta attack them where? At its arteries. So what does that mean? Well, my guy, I am proud to announce the Palestinian youth movement have launched a campaign against Maersk, the largest logistics and transportation company in the world. You may not know Maersk, but they have remained in the shadows as a profiteer of genocide, shipping about 30% of arms components for Northrop Grumman, Woodward, Raytheon, and Lockheed. And I'll give you an example. The F-35 fighters that have decimated Gaza, their wings are produced by Leonardo's in Italy. The plane transmitters are produced by BAE Systems in Britain. They take those pieces, bring them to America, to the weapons manufacturers, build the weapons, send them to Israel to continue to genocide our people. And that is why they are our focus today. We highlight Maersk as a major artery of imperialism. And through shutting down these war profiteers, we will sever a major supply chain of weapons and transport that has continuously murdered our people. Logistic companies have long gone untouched, but that changes today with us. So I ask you, the good-faced people of the world that have shown up today, will you join us in this next era as we knock down titans one by one, starting with Maersk? Not a nickel, not a dime. No more money for Israel's crimes. No more money for Israel's crimes. No more money for Israel's crimes. Many of my family members have escaped the war, but exist as a bittersweet moment as their safety only exists in foreign land. And after speaking with them, they have all echoed a common sentiment. They ask me, متى سوف نرجع إلى أرضنا؟ متى سوف نرجع إلى غزة؟ غزتنا العزيز التي تحضننا التي تربينا. متى سوف نرجع إلى أرضنا? When shall we go home? When can I return to Gaza, my dear Gaza, that has embraced me, raised me, and taken care of me? When can I return? This moment existed to me as a reaffirmation of an indigenous people's longing for return. That even generation by generation, as the diaspora becomes more severed from the homeland, even if they have never touched its soil or felt its winds, that the need for return will always rage relentlessly. This curse within our genes exists as an affirmation of a future where we have won. There is a version of us, days, decades, years from now, enjoying the fruits of our struggle today. There is a version of us that can freely walk from the river to the sea, where the walls of Gaza have fallen and the prisoners of Al-Quds have risen. Where the flag of liberation waves in Rafah, where the Zaghruta echoes in Haifa, where the young and old pray side by side in Al-Aqsa, where the resistance, the struggle becomes nothing but folklore told to the children of the new era. Children who only know of the stories of darkness, never experiencing them. A reality that exists in a checkpoint-free Ramallah, a bomb-free Gaza, a prisoner-free Al-Aqsa, and a Zionist-free Palestine. And by us being here today, we exist as an affirmation of that future. Us, the masses of the world, the organizers and intellectuals, the youth and students, the working class and working poor, we are the true moral compass of the present and future. We will continue to draw the lines through our organizing. And as we shut down the streets in red surrounding the White House, we exist as a stark reminder to the ruling class: they do not set the red lines, we do. From the river to the sea, Palestine will be free. From the sea to the river, Palestine will live forever. Palestine will live forever. That is the sworn truth of us, the diaspora. Thank you.
Free Palestine! Free Palestine! Please help me welcome next a true leader and organizer, Lubna with the Palestinian Feminist Collective. Free Palestine! Free Palestine! We, the Palestinian Feminist Collective, that's right. We are here today to deliver a message to the genocidal war criminals of this settler state, hiding behind the barricades as our people are being slaughtered in Gaza. We are not only the red line, we are a ring of fire, and we will not be crossed. To the colonial, racist, and imperialist feminists of the world, yet again, you have weaponized the language of women's rights to justify another imperialist war. Your time is up. There can be no true feminist movement without the fight against colonialism, imperialism, and Zionism. No feminist struggle without Palestine. No women's freedom without the freedom of Palestinian women and all our people. To our co-strugglers who have and continue to stand with us and our people in our darkest days, Palestine is neither an exception nor a litmus test. Palestine is a compass for revolutionary struggle worldwide. It is a struggle that belongs to every lover of freedom everywhere. Let this compass guide us toward a liberated future for us all. To our steadfast people in Gaza, thank you for teaching us what sumud and defiance and courage
and fidelity to freedom looks like in practice. To the Palestinian women of Gaza, thank you for embodying a devotion to life in the most unlivable conditions on this planet. We in the Palestinian Shatat pledge to stand with you and struggle alongside you until this genocide ends, until the siege is lifted and this colonial regime is brought to its knees. From Rafah to Khan Yunis, Deir al-Balah to Al-Quds, Jenin, Al-Khalil, Masafir, Yatta, Nablus, to the refugee camps across the region and to the Palestinian Shatat everywhere. We promise that we will not rest until all of Palestine is free. And last, our message to the colonizer. You have tried for nearly a century to remove Palestinian presence on the land, to force us to surrender our rights and freedom, to kill us and to crush our steadfastness, resistance, and perseverance. Shame. But generation after generation, we Palestinians are proving that we are still here. We are living proof that torture, displacement, imprisonment, and mass execution do not work. We are more determined than ever to liberate our homeland and return to it. Your settler ideology and state is now in the throes of a political crisis from which there is no return. Your barbaric carpet bombing of Gaza, your starvation of a population of 2.3 million people, half of whom are children, is not a measure of your invincibility, but testament to your weakness in the face of steadfastness. There is no longer a way out for your dying genocidal regime other than through the gates of hell. Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine!
Give it up for Lebanon, the Palestinian Feminist Collective, one more time. Biden, Biden, you will see. Palestine will be free. Biden, Biden, you will see. Palestine will be free. Before we bring up our next speaker, I just want you to note, we already mentioned a number of cities from London to Accra, Ghana. I want to add Manchester, England, where thousands are joining us in the streets demanding an end to genocide. And I also want to tell you, inside of 48 Palestine, what they call Central Israel, in a small village, forgive my pronunciation, I believe it's Taiba, they are also demonstrating on June 8th, demanding an end to the genocide. From 48 Palestine to Washington, D.C., we are the red line. We are saying the genocide must end, and it must end now. And on that note, I want you to give a huge welcome to Iman from the U.S. Campaign for Palestinian Rights.
My name is Iman, and I am the Director of Advocacy at the U.S. Campaign for Palestinian Rights and a member of the Palestinian Feminist Collective. I am also a daughter of Palestine and a mother to the next generation of freedom fighters. Today marks 8 months of the ongoing genocide in Gaza. 8 months of brutality that no one should ever bear witness to. Shame! We have gathered here together from across the country in DC to make it known to Genocide Joe that his complicity in this genocide has not been forgotten. For 8 months, we have been demanding a total and permanent ceasefire and to stop arming Israel. And yet the administration has doubled down on their support for the genocidal state of Israel. President Biden, you failed the people months ago, and you have failed the people now. You claimed that there was a red line in Israel. If Israel invaded Rafah, and even when Israel bombed Palestinians in displaced tents on May 27th, burning people alive and killing over 50 Palestinians, the White House responded by saying it did not cross the red line. And again, as Nusrat refugee camp was bombed this morning, killing over 200 Palestinians. And as Khan Yunis was bombed, and all the hospitals were bombed, it never crossed a red line because there has never been, in fact, a red line. But today, we are the red line, and we will hold that line. This is a genocide committed by Israel and the United States, a genocide that could have been stopped and saved tens of thousands of people's lives if Israel were held accountable for its war crimes. But yet we stand here today as yet another reminder in this moment of our movement that we will not wait around for the administration to make a change, but that we will instead be the ones to force the change. Our people in Palestine need us. Our people in Palestine are depending on us. We have shown up and will continue to show up for all our martyrs. From the babies killed in their mother's womb to the elders who were born in the tents of the first Nakba. We will honor all our people. For those who had to pick up their mothers and fathers piece by piece. We have made it a point today to stand together again. And we will not stop until our people are free. We are the red line. We will hold the line. And we are at the front line of the heart of the empire.
Free, free Palestine! Free, free, free Palestine! Give it up one more time for Iman. Do we have any students here? We've seen over the past couple months the students reignite the movement for Palestine. On university campuses across the world, we've even seen high schoolers protest and walk out of their high schoolers week in and week out. So it's my pleasure to welcome next from DMV SJP. Please help me welcome Lana. Good afternoon, everyone. I am a student representative speaking on behalf of the DMV Coalition of Students for Justice in Palestine. We are students from George Washington University, George Mason University, American University, Georgetown University, University of Maryland, University of Maryland, Baltimore County, Howard University, and Gallaudet University, united for the liberation of Palestine. On May 26th, the murderous Zionist entity, armed and supplied with US-made bombs, unleashed a storm of terror on the people of Rafah, slaughtering our people and burning the tents that they have been forced to seek shelter in. Shame. Just a few months ago, the world erupted in rage over fabricated lies of Israeli beheaded babies. Yet when Palestinian babies like Ahmed al-Najjar are murdered by the ruthless hands of the Zionist and American regimes, the world is silent. These bombs and weapons that are used to destroy our land and our people are supplied by the US and paid for by our universities. Campuses have become cesspools of complicity in the perpetuation of violence and genocide of the Palestinian people. To acknowledge this complicity and hand in the genocide is not enough. The time for empty statements, barely acknowledging the Palestinian people, is over. It is our duty and our responsibility as students to dismantle the very systems that continue to perpetuate imperialism and colonialism. And to do that, we must escalate. Our universities shamelessly invest in companies and programs that are soaked in the blood of our martyrs. These companies manufacture the weapons and bombs that constantly rain down on our people in Gaza and bulldoze the homes in Sheikh Jarrah and the buildings and the entirety of Palestine. Our schools study abroad, internships, and exchange programs are all directly tied to the occupation and attempted erasure of our people. These partnerships attempt to normalize the Zionist entity's apartheid and settler colonial regime with the stamp of approval from our universities. As the students, we refuse to be complicit in these institutions' agendas of destruction and death. We refuse to allow our universities to continue their contributions to the reign of terror on the people of Palestine. We refuse to allow ourselves to be weaponized and used against our own people. For months, the students have been demanding divestment, and across the country, we have seen over 100 encampments have been launched as a means to escalate and pressure the universities to divest from death and meet the student demands. These liberation zones have shown the world what our universities should look like. Communities that look after each other and keep each other safe. That are centered around the liberation of all people and that seek revolutionary learning. The students built the reality of the world that we want to live in. Our liberated zones gave us a small taste of what a liberated Palestine will look like, and our commitment to achieve this is unwavering. Gaza is the heart and compass of our struggle. When Gaza calls, we answer. every action taken and every demand we make is for Gaza and for the people of Palestine. We are all here today for Gaza. For Gaza, we must fight. Students of the world, unite. For Gaza, we must fight. Students of the world, unite. Thank you.
Give it up for DMV SJP one more time. Give it up for the students all around this country. Give it up for the students all around the world. And just to keep giving you updates, I want to let you know that we have in fact been joined by thousands of people in the streets of Paris and Madrid. All around the world. And let's not forget the millions who we saw yesterday in Yemen. We are united across the globe against genocide. Next, I want to bring to the stage the National Coordinator of the Answer Coalition, Brian Becker.
Sisters and brothers, earlier this morning, in the early hours of the morning in Rafah, the Israeli government, working with the U.S. Pentagon, infiltrated humanitarian trucks coming from the pier that the United States built in order to deliver humanitarian aid to the people of Gaza, allegedly. And they have carried out another giant massacre in Rafah just this morning. Just this morning. We are not going to allow genocide to become normalized, to be able to be repeated day in and day out without the government that supports, promotes, finances, and provides the weapons for genocide, knowing that we, the people of the United States, say resoundingly, Joe Biden, you may speak in our name, but not with our consent. We charge you with genocide. There's no crime greater than the crime of genocide. The Genocide Convention was adopted by the United Nations in 1948. It says that genocide is the destruction of a people in whole or in part, not because of what they've done, but because of who they are. The 45,000 Palestinian people who have been murdered in Gaza were killed not because of what they did, but because of who they are, because they are Palestinians. We must say, and we are saying today with this very innovative protest, one of thousands that have gone on, that we have to take it to another level. That we have to say in the most clear language that if Joe Biden's red line was a fiction, that it was a lie, that it was an act of deception, that it was designed to make us become quiet, that instead of that, we are going to become louder and bigger and more militant. Only the people can be the red line. Not the Democrats, not the Republicans, not Wall Street, not the White House, not the Pentagon, not the entire capitalist system. Only we can be the red line against genocide, and that's what we're going to do today. Free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine!
Free, free Palestine! Biden, Biden, you can't hide! Gaza is a red line! Biden, Biden, you can't hide! Gaza is a red line! So free, free Palestine! Free, free, free Palestine! ومن المياه للمياه فلسطين عربية من المياه للمياه فلسطين عربية فلسطين حرة حرة والصهيوني برا برا فلسطين حرة حرة والصهيوني برا برا. It's my pleasure to welcome next a fellow New Yorker and a longtime organizer. Please help me welcome Arij from Pal Auda.
Assalamu alaikum, comrades. I come to you on behalf of the Palestinian Assembly for Liberation and Pal Auda, New York. We stand here today in the wake of one of the most gruesome massacres Gaza has seen till date. Over 210 Palestinians assassinated at Nusrat refugee camp with shame! With reports suggesting that American troops were amongst the soldiers who fired at multiple times displaced refugees. These troops came in by way of a false pier in central Gaza and dummy humanitarian aid trucks. Shame! In the words of the founder and director of the PAL Law Commission on War Crimes, Justice, Reparations, and Return, Lami Sadiq, they may have the power right now, but we are working to ensure that this is the beginning of the end of the era of Zionist fascist denomination. In solidarity with the Palestinian resistance and the people of Gaza and Palestine, who have been steadfast on the front lines of the struggle for decolonization and anti-imperialism, we will be the red line. We will amplify the call of the freedom fighters, the martyrs, the prisoners, and every single Palestinian. Not only will we continue protesting in the streets and boycotting and calling for divestment and sanctions, including that of Citibank and Chevron and any and every institution that profits off of the blood of the people in Gaza and Palestine, we will escalate the calls to action by sending delegations to Palestine to record crimes against Palestinians. We will provide material support to Palestinians in the West Bank against settler violence. We will arm them through our PAL Shield initiative with helmets, vests, and other means of self-defense. Corporate America needs to pay and to the White House, for which everything is about money and profit and gain, we stand here and say that for us, everything is about Palestinian liberation and return. Everything is about justice until the hour of liberation and until every moment after liberation. We will honor the memories of the freedom fighters, martyrs, prisoners, every person, every child of Palestine. And we will do so by remaining steadfast in our solidarity for the Palestinian resistance. By causing widespread disruption to the systems of oppression, by taking the streets and ushering a new era of liberation led by the Palestinian resistance and no one else. We will secure the right to return, safety and security for all Palestinians. So let us continue to urge our national and international communities to stand with Palestine, to demand an end to the occupation, and to work towards liberation, self-determination for the Palestinian people, as they have been for the last 100 plus years.
That's right.
Thank you. Free, free Palestine! Free, free Gaza! Gaza, Gaza, don't you cry! Palestine will never die! Thank you.
From Palestine to the Philippines. Stop the U.S. war machine. Free Palestine. Next, I want you to welcome warmly Ruby from the U.S. Palestinian Community Network.
All right. My name is Ruby. I'm with the U.S. Palestine Communities Network. I just want to start with free, free Palestine! Free, free, free Palestine! All right. The U.S. Palestine Communities Network stands here today along with all of those of consciousness and of humanity and all who demand the red line for Biden and his administration, and to demand the stop to this genocide they are inflicting on Palestine with their Zionist partners. And we hold responsible for the genocide in Gaza. We are here to reaffirm that we stand with our siblings in Palestine, and we stand with those everywhere around the world resisting this brutal genocide. We are clear, the contradictions are sharpened, that there is only one side to this liberation of Palestine, and we will not settle for anything less. This capitalist, racist, and imperialist government that just invited and confirmed a visit by no other than one of the biggest war criminals of our time and their partner Netanyahu for the visit next month. Let's be clear, this desperate move by the ruling class is not only to shun the movement that we have built for the last 75 years, but this desperate move to try to crush us, to crush our spirits, and to crush our work, and they will fail. They will fail. We only become stronger, bigger, and more steadfast than ever. And Genocide Joe, we will use all means to hold you and your administration accountable. And in addition to today's People Court for Justice that will take place later on today, this Monday, June 10th in San Francisco, at the San Francisco Federal Court and Court Appeals, plaintiffs, including our own USPCN members, will once again sue this government for genocide. Genocide Joe, we are taking your house today in the East Coast and taking you to the court in the West Coast on Monday. Also, Genocide Joe, Killer Kamala, and the entire Democratic Party cabal that is responsible for this Israeli genocide against our people are going to be in Chicago for this summer for the Democratic National Convention. And USPCN is one of the leaders of the coalition to march to the DNC. Come to Chicago on August 19th for the largest protest for Palestinian rights in the history of Chicago, and stay till the end of the DNC on the 22nd as we say no business as usual to the complicit Democrats, and as we demand that Genocide Joe stop arming Israel and end all U.S. aid to Israel. Join us in Chicago and free Palestine! Thank you.
Free Palestine! Long live Palestine! Now we know it's a lot of people here today from the DMV area, and we salute you for being the cornerstone of this mobilization. And I would like to bring up our good brother Muhammad, who is a key organizer here in the DMV. Give it up for him right now.
Free Palestine! Free Palestine! I begin in the name of Allah, the most gracious, the merciful, the avenger of the oppressed. Today, we are now entering the 9th month of genocide. For 9 months, we have watched as the full weight of the Zionist entity and the American empire has been used to crush Gaza. Over 40,000 have been murdered in cold blood, while the Gaza Strip has been decimated. All while Genocide Joe continues to gaslight us while funding this genocide. In these 9 months, we have fought every single day against this brutal genocide and those who support it. And in response, what have they done to us? We have been beaten and arrested. On campuses, our students are targeted. They are suspended and expelled. And our organizations are targeted by the most deranged genocide supporters with lawfare tactics and discrimination. For over 8 months, we have seen the full force of the Zionist entity used in Palestine and used here in the United States. They have used every arsenal, every weapon in their arsenal against us. We see in these past couple of months, just this week, we see the media come up with new terms. Legally targeted children, legally targeted civilians. There is nothing legal about that. We see Netanyahu come out and speak against our students, against American college students. And we see the Zionist entity funding campaigns here in the United States on what Twitter is or whatever they call it nowadays. I'm old enough to remember when we didn't like it when foreign nations participated in our elections. But despite all their efforts, we are winning. Despite all their power, everything that they have invested, we are winning, and they cannot get a single victory. At every level, we have made them pay. At every level, we have made them pay. And not a single member of this genocidal regime, of this genocidal administration, can leave their homes without being confronted. I come here today to announce proudly to you all that Zionism has lost.
Israel has lost. وَلَوْ كَرِهَ الْمُجْرِمُونَ, even to the dismay of the oppressors. History will remember this moment, and Gaza will torment all those who allowed this genocide for the rest of time. They can harm, prosecute, arrest whoever they want, but at the end of the day, history will remember that Genocide Joe failed. And they will remember that Blinken was the butcher of Gaza, and history will show that Gaza will not be defeated. History will show that victory is for the Palestinians. History will show that Palestine will be free from the river to the sea. And let's show the people in this house why we are here today. Gaza, 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 Gaza.
Let them hear you in the White House. From D.C. to Palestine, we are the red line. Now we want Biden and all of his campaign staffers to know that we won't forget how they perpetuated this genocide in November. You can't support genocide, much less in our name, without consequences. And just like we can take to the streets, we can take to the ballot box. I want to welcome to the stage next an anti-genocide candidate, Jill Stein.
Woo! Free Palestine! Free Palestine! We are the red line! Free Palestine! Thank you. History will remember every one of us. History and humanity needs every one of us to keep standing up. We will not allow the torture and murder of children on an industrial scale to be normalized. We will not allow human rights to be dismantled. We will not allow international law to be shredded. And we will not be silenced. We will not be intimidated. We will stand up and stand together until Palestine is free. As Fannie Lou Hamer said, none of us are free until all of us are free. And as Martin Luther King said, silence is complicity. We will not be complicit. The people of this country and the people around the world have said no to Israeli genocide against the Palestinian people, supported by U.S. money, U.S. weapons, U.S. diplomacy, and U.S. intelligence. We say no to U.S.-Israeli genocide. The International Court of Justice, the International Criminal Court, the United Nations General Assembly, the United Nations Security Council, and above all, the students in this nation and around the world. They are leading the charge to say this genocide must stop now. But Israel and the U.S. are not listening. Surprise. In fact, they are doubling down on the genocide and the war expanding around that genocide. U.S. and Israel are now bombing some 5 countries in the Middle East, and Israel is attempting to bring Iran into the war and drag the United States into Israel's war against Iran. This is nuts. This is like World War I before it blew up with nuclear weapons thrown into the mix. We will not allow it. As Ronald Reagan's Secretary of Defense, Caspar Weinberger, said back in the 1980s, Israel is the unsinkable battleship for the United States in the Middle East, whereby Israel and the United States control much of the world's oil supply. Well, we say no. We say no to Israel as the unsinkable battleship. And in fact, we say no to you as empire. As Martin Luther King said, my country is the greatest purveyor of violence in the world today. We pay an incredible price for that all over the world as people are murdered by millions all across the world by the U.S. empire and its many wars. In fact, according to the Brown University Cost of War Project, the U.S. currently has so-called anti-terror special operations in 85 countries around the world. This costs us half of our budget. Half of our tax resources are used for this endless war machine that makes the world a more dangerous place and which destroys our health care, our housing, our need for jobs and education here at home. The last thing I want to leave you with is what Alice Walker said, that the biggest way people give up power is by not knowing we have it to start with. Remember, 68% of the American public, according to a Reuters poll, oppose this genocide, want an immediate ceasefire and a diplomatic solution. That is 68%. Add that to the 44 million young people in unpayable student debt who are locked into debt servitude for their lives because of the lousy economy and the lousy jobs provided by the economy of empire. 63% of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck. Half of all people who rent their housing cannot afford it and are one paycheck away from being evicted from their homes. We have the highest rates of eviction and homelessness ever in this country. You put us together. We are an unstoppable coalition together. We are Joe Biden's red line. We will stop genocide and empire and oligarchy and fascism together. Free Palestine. Free all of us.
Give it up for Jill Stein one more time. We will let Genocide Joe know there will be consequences. Free, free Palestine. Please welcome to the stage another anti-genocide candidate. Yes, you're spoiled for choice, Claudia de la Cruz.
Biden, you can hide. We charge you with genocide. Biden, you can hide. We charge you with genocide. Comrades, we are here to affirm that Biden is not only an enabler, Biden is not only complicit, Biden is a collaborator of genocide. Biden is committed to war. Biden is committed to death. Biden can stop the genocide that is currently happening in Gaza. He could stop it. But it goes against all his interests. And so we are here to say that we are the red line. We are the red line against genocide. But beyond that, we are the red line against the U.S. imperialist project. We are the red line against colonialism. And we are the red line against the capitalist state that births terror. We are here to affirm that our struggle is for the total liberation of Palestine. From the river to the sea, Palestine will be free. And it will be free because the Palestinian people have the courage, have the resilience, and have all the political agency to birth revolution. As the people in the United States, we say we have a responsibility that is a historic responsibility. We have the responsibility to break imperialism from within. To allow the Palestinian people to breathe. That is our task. It is our task to break U.S. imperialism from within so that the people of Puerto Rico can be free. It is our task to break imperialism from within, to allow the babies in Congo to have a life, to allow Sudan to breathe. And so, yes, Mr. Biden and squad, we are the red line. Today and always, because we acknowledge that our lives are intrinsically connected to the lives of the people of the global South. Because we understand that we have more in common with every community in struggle than with the so-called leaders of this country. We make the connections that those police officers causing havoc in our communities have been trained by the same terrorist forces that are in the occupied territory of Palestine. We understand that the reason we are suffering a housing crisis, that we cannot access health care, that we cannot access education, that our migrants are being attacked, is for the same reasons the United States imperialists launch war against poor people every day. And it is those connections, it is that deep understanding of what our task is that will free us as the people in the United States and will help the rest of the world breathe without the shackles and the terror of U.S. imperialism. We are here because we are committed to fight genocide, regardless of who the tenant of the White House is. And I will leave us with this. from the people of the global south, from those who are Spanish speakers, for those who have suffered the terrorism of U.S. empire, we say, ni olvido ni perdón. We will not forget, and we will not forgive. And this is not just a slogan. This is a promise that goes well beyond November. We are here to build an anti-imperialist movement and to reorganize the society in a way that allows our people to live in dignity. From the Bronx to D.C. to the Palestine community in the diaspora, everywhere and anywhere they are, and for the people of the world. In the millions, in the billions, we are all Palestinians. In our millions, in our billions, we are all Palestinians.
From where I stand, all I see is Palestine. And there are hundreds and thousands more still pouring into the park from every direction. And we are getting ready to form a red line around the White House. Are you ready? We're going to keep this going all day. We're going to have speakers throughout the day, and we're going to take it to the White House and form our red line. Right now, Dhuhr just came in, so we are going to listen to the adhan, which means the call to prayer. And I want everyone to know that we have a space for prayer back here in the back of the park, so behind me. So if you need to make your way over there, please do. And now I'd like to pass it over to Hatem from Tampa, Florida, to share the adhan with us.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Thank you everyone for coming to show your solidarity with Palestine and Gaza. Inshallah, we will make the prayer call and do the prayer right after behind the stage, inshallah. The program will continue. We're not gonna stop the program. So for the ones who wants to join us in prayer, they can do so after the prayer call. Thank you. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah. أشهد أن محمدًا رسول الله. أشهد أن محمدًا رسول الله. حي على الصلاة. حي على الصلاة. حي على الفلاح. حي على الفلاح. الله أكبر، الله أكبر. Occupation no more. 1, 2, 3, 4. Occupation no more. 1, 2, 3, 4. Occupation no more.
Free, free Palestine! Free, free, free Palestine! Next, I'd like to welcome my comrade Mohammed from the Palestinian Youth Movement and the DMV chapter here of PYM.
Assalamu alaikum. It's been 8 months now of untold horrors. And for the Palestinian people, 8 months of the worst period in our history. Each image more soul-crushing than the one before. And we now know more than ever before that there is no limit to Zionist depravity. And yet, after 8 months of all of this, our enemies are weaker than ever before. They're more divided than ever before. They've experienced more defeat and more humiliation than ever before in their entire accursed history. The savagery we witness today, believe it, is because they are so weak and so close to defeat. That's why they do this. And yet, despite all of this that we have had to endure here in the diaspora, after 8 months, we as a movement are stronger than we have ever been. More united than we've ever been. Equipped with a clarity of vision and purpose that our people have not seen in decades, perhaps. We draw on the lessons and victories of our brave and courageous ancestors, and we have succeeded. Yes, we have succeeded in carrying the struggle forward in the face of the greatest assault on our people in our history. Now, here in the diaspora, in the West, and specifically in the DMV, our movement is stronger than ever. We are 8 months stronger than we were in October. And the last 8 months, we've witnessed not one, but the two largest mobilizations for Palestine in this country's history. We shut down roads, airports, this city itself, we shut it down. All in the name of Gaza and its honorable people. Our movement has helped transform students into revolutionaries. Just last month, with the support of the people and the community here before us, the courageous students defied not only George Washington University's administration, not only DC authorities, but the federal government itself in its entirety. And for 2 weeks, those brave students held the liberated space named Shuhada Square. In the midst of one of the most vile Zionist institutions on the face of the planet. That is a victory. Here in the capital of the global US empire and one of the centers of global Zionist power, we, the people, have made Palestine unavoidable and have made support for Zionism inexcusable and untenable. That is victory. But is that enough? It's not enough. It's not enough. Nothing we do will ever bring back our martyrs. But we can give their memories dignity and meaning by continuing to struggle. And if we refuse to ever be satisfied, we refuse any compromise, any and all empty gestures, with heads held high and hearts full of unimaginable grief and pain on the one hand, and unshakable pride, dignity, and honor on the other hand. We reject anything less than full and total liberation, from the river to the sea, and from the sea to the river back again. Every village, every farm, every orchard, every stone, every blade of grass, every grain of sand, every farm, all of it is Palestine. And we will settle for nothing less than all of Palestine. That is our promise to you, to our people back home, our people in Gaza, our people in the camps in Lebanon, Syria, and Jordan. And it is our solemn promise to you, our people, and a solemn promise to our enemies. We will not yield. No massacre you can commit will be horrific enough. No amount of repression can ever be terrifying enough. Nothing our enemies can throw at us will be enough to make us back down. الشباب لن يكل همه أن يستقل أو يبيد. We inherit with pride this responsibility from our ancestors, and one day we know we will bestow this responsibility to our children, not with mere hope, but with ironclad conviction that liberation is coming, that our liberation is inevitable. Generation after generation, until total and full liberation, we know our victory is inevitable. It's on the horizon. Each of us here can see it. We can smell it. We can taste it. It is coming. 8 months later, and we're not done. We're getting started. Remember this. So long as we continue to fight, so long as you continue to fight, we will never be defeated. And our martyrs will never truly be dead. They're watching us right now. They're smiling upon us right now. Carry that responsibility. Carry that burden and never give up. Next month, when a certain Prime Minister Netanyahu comes to address the criminals in Congress, will we be ready for him? Will we be ready for him? Say it so our martyrs can hear us. Will we be ready for Netanyahu? It's going to be a busy summer, everyone. We're not letting up. All power to you. All power to you, each and every one of you. Victory is coming. We know it's coming because history teaches us something. History teaches us that the people united have never been defeated. The people united have never been defeated. The people united have never been defeated. Peace and love to you all, comrades.
The people united will never be defeated. The people united will never be defeated. Free, free Palestine. Free, free, free Palestine. And what do we want? When do we want it? What do we want? When do we want it? If we don't get it, if we don't get it, if we don't get it, if Gaza doesn't get it, if Palestine doesn't get it, shut it down! Shut it down! Louder! What? Louder! help me welcome next a Palestinian from Gaza, Mu'taz Salim.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Hello, everyone. Thank you for being out here. I'm going to keep this pretty brief. We know the statistics. We know the horrible, horrible crimes they've been committing every day. Massacre after massacre after massacre, including 200 plus killed this morning as part of a quote-unquote rescue operation. That's how depraved they are. That's how depraved the people we're working against are. It's been over 8 months now of this genocide. I've lost exactly 161 members of my family in Gaza to this genocide, to the depraved Zionist entity that is currently massacring our people, supported, actually I won't use the word supported, directly in association with this government here. Because this government, we're not even going to say they're complicit anymore. They are directly responsible for the murder of Palestinians in Gaza. They are committing the genocide. It's not just Zionism. It's not just the Zionists. It's this empire here. It's this country here. We know that what we've done so far has been historic. I never thought in my lifetime that I would see a Palestinian movement this strong. But we still need to do more. The reality is, we're never, it's never going to be enough to honor our martyrs, because that is just how great they are to us. That is how great our martyrs are. All glory be to them. But we should do more, and we need to do more. So my ask of you as a Palestinian from Gaza is assess within yourself the amount that you're willing to sacrifice for Palestine. Because in reality, it's not just for Palestine. If you believe in collective liberation for all, that means none of us are free until we are all truly free. I personally really wanted to believe that the system did have some justice within it. That if you engaged with it, that's kind of what we're told growing up in the Middle East. America's the golden icon of freedom and justice. It's all a lie. It's all a lie. I can't tell you how much of a sick lie it is. And they use it to justify murdering our people in mass. I say all that to say, we've heard from Gaza, we heed Gaza's call. Gaza tells us to escalate for it. That can mean so many different things, but what I will tell you is we need to start sacrificing, truly sacrificing. Think to yourself, how much are you willing to sacrifice for the people of Palestine, for Gaza, who are being bombarded, massacred every single day? Because I personally am willing to risk it all. Because what point is my life and my existence on this earth if they can massacre my cousins, my aunts, my uncles, as if they don't even exist? They dehumanize them to a degree where they can just murder them in mass. Shame. On July 24th, we know that the Prime Minister of the Zionist entity is going to come here, and we need to really mobilize about in regards to that. We truly shut things down in every meaning of the word, because it has gone way too far. Way too far. I don't have the words to say anymore. I've given speeches before, and we need to really look at ourselves as people of a conscience, as people, as part of this movement, and really think about how much we need to do to actually fight the empire and bring down imperialism from within. Because that's what we gotta do. That's what we gotta do. It is time to abolish Zionism in its entirety. Free Palestine. Thank you.
From the belly of the beast, U.S. out of the Middle East. From Palestine to Mexico, all the walls have got to go. From Palestine to the Philippines, stop the U.S. war machine. Free, free Palestine. Now I want you to take that energy and welcome to the stage Leanne Fullahan of the People's Forum.
This sea of red will give everyone in the White House nightmares until they stop the genocide. This sea of red is now extending all across the avenue here, a sea of red ready to surround the White House. Just a month ago, Biden got on national television and he said that the invasion of Rafah was a red line. This morning, we woke up to the news of hundreds of martyrs from Nusrat refugee camp. Murdered not only by U.S. bombs, but by U.S. military personnel who entered Gaza via an aid convoy. Biden is a liar. And everyone in his administration and on both sides of the aisle are complicit and are enabling and are executing this genocide of the Palestinian people, live streamed on all media for the world to see. Biden says that he wants a permanent ceasefire. These people here in red, the movement for Palestine, has forced him to admit that as the President of the United States, he has no other option but to say that he wants a ceasefire. We did that. We forced him to say the word ceasefire. On October 8, we were on the streets in the thousands. On November 4, we were here over 500,000. And in between every national action, we have been in every city and every town of this country, building the movement for Palestine, learning new skills, building different kinds of actions, bringing our entire community on the right side of the red line with us. Today we are going to draw the line between right and wrong because it is the people who decide what is right and wrong. We are the ones who decide what is right and wrong. And we knew in 1948 and we know in 2024 that the occupation of Palestine and the genocide of the Palestinian people executed by both the United States and Israel is wrong. Biden refuses to draw the line. So we are going to draw the line. And I want to tell you now how we're going to do it. We have people of conscience in the tens of thousands already lined up along Constitution Avenue in front of the White House. Let's shout for them to hear us. Now, if you turn around and you look at the southeast exit of Lafayette Park, you will see the way to join the red line. the people's red line that is already making its way around the White House. So while the speakers keep going, while the program keeps going, I'm going to ask every one of you to help us build the people's red line and to surround the white line, the red line, against the true perpetrator of terrorism and violence in today's world, the White House. We are telling the world that we have picked a side. We have picked the side of humanity, and we are drawing the line. Anyone who wants to be on the right side. So pick up a banner if you can. We want to show the world. We want to show the White House, and we want to show our people in Palestine that we will not give. And then I ask every one of you, when you go back home, we are going to multiply the red line in every city and every town until every single institution that is building this genocide has to withdraw. And the genocide ends. All aid to Israel is cut. The siege on Gaza is lifted. And we are one step closer to liberation. So say it loud and say it clear. Liberation is near. Say it loud and say it clear. Liberation is near. Thank you.
Free, free Palestine!
Free, free Palestine!
Free, free, free Palestine! So just like Leanne said, we're going to keep this going. We have a lot more speakers and we have people forming the red line, so join them if you can. We'll be sticking out here in the park as well. And we have over 10,000 people watching with us on the live stream. So next, I'd like to welcome from Black Alliance for Peace, Rafiki Morris.
My name is Rafiki Morris, and I'm the organizer for the Black Alliance for Peace and the All African People's Revolutionary Party. This young man standing beside me, his name is Zion. And he insisted on coming up here because he has a message that he wants me to deliver to you. And that is that Zion, which is his name, is good. And Zionism is bad. We bring you salutations and greetings from Africans all over the world. We want you to know without a shadow of a doubt that Africans in Africa are with Palestine. Africans in Europe are with Palestine. Africans in Canada are with Palestine. Africans in the U.S. are with Palestine. Africans in Asia are with Palestine. Africans in the Caribbean are with Palestine. Africans in South America are with Palestine. It is one struggle because the occupation of Palestine is a settler colonial project, and we stand against settler colonialism in Gaza, in the United States, in Australia, and everywhere in the world. Our Native American brothers want to remind you that you are standing on occupied land. And we want to remind you that the Democrats and the Republicans are not your friends. They are not your friends. They are active participants in the struggle to destroy the Palestinian people. They are the enemies of humanity. They occupy that house, and it is not your house. And it is not my house. And it is not my government. This is the government of the patriarchs. This is the government of the colonialists. This is the government of the neo-colonialists. This is the government of the settler colonialists. This is the government of the Zionists. This is the government of imperialism, and imperialism must be destroyed. People are saying that the genocide began on October the 7th. But the genocide began long before that. The genocide has been going on since 1917 when them first Zionist terrorists landed in Palestine and started seizing the lands of the Palestinians. This genocide has been going on all the way up to now. And October 7th wasn't the beginning of the genocide. October 7th was the beginning of the end of genocide. October 7th was the exclamation point at the end of genocide. We are watching the illegal, racist state of Israel commit suicide. They are killing themselves. And every bomb they drop, every bullet they fire, every drop of blood they spill only guarantees their destruction. Israel will not last throughout this upcoming period. We've been fighting Israel for a long time. And for a long time, nobody agreed with us. But now the whole world agrees with us. So we want to see if you agree with us. We got two words, we want you to say it 7 times. Smash Zionism. 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 As always, we stand ready for the revolution. Thank you very much. Give it up for the Black Alliance for Peace one more time! Free, free Palestine! Free Palestine! As we continue here, and to remind you, we have over 10,000 people watching online. We've been joined by people in Paris, in Ghana, in London, in Manchester, in Palestine. As we continue here, we want to bring to the stage one of the principal organizations that has made sure that the warmongers have no peace, that they cannot prowl the halls of Congress with their bloody hands. Please welcome Code Pink!
Biden, Biden, you can't hide! Biden, Biden, you can't hide! You're committing genocide! You're committing genocide! Netanyahu, you can't hide! Netanyahu, you can't hide! You're committing genocide! You're committing genocide! Today, my name is Chris Rusier, and we stand side by side with struggle.
So right now we're in front of the White House, and you just heard that the program is actually still continuing, but people have begun to march this way, and they're forming the People's Red Line. This is the red line in protest of Joe Biden's fake red line on Rafah. And right now we're gonna be transitioning to our mobile setup. But we're going to be going dark for a second. So the screen is going to cut black for like 10 seconds. So please bear with us. But stick with us. We're going to switch to this camera. So just give us a sec, but don't leave the stream.
We cannot see them.
All right.
The children of Palestine are here. The children of Haiti are here. The children of the Congo are here. The children of Puerto Rico are here. Of the Philippines are
stopping
here.
the record?
Yeah.
To tell
The
them
file
that
might be
we
corrupted.
I don't think it is. I think it actually stops the recording before.
It prompted me to format it, which means it might be
accountable in
but we'll sort it out.
international court for the world to see, for the world to know that we have seen the crimes